Anthropology. Ancient civilizations long before modern cities, digital technology, and airplanes, humanity laid its roots in powerful, mysterious, and awe-inspiring ancient civilizations. These early cultures, built from stone, fire, and imagination, left behind legacies so rich and complex that even today, we continue to study their ruins, decipher their writings, and marvel at their innovations. Anthropology, the study of humans, their behavior, cultures, and societies, gives us a powerful lens through which we can journey back in time and uncover how these ancient civilizations shaped who we are today. To truly understand the story of ancient civilizations, we must first ask, what drives people to come together and build something greater than themselves? The answer lies in survival, cooperation, and the shared desire to leave a mark on the world. The very first civilizations, such as Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley, and ancient Egypt, arose near rivers. These water sources allowed people to farm, settle, and organize into cities. But it didn't stop there. As people came together, they created systems of writing, complex religions, governments, trade routes, and architecture that still inspires wonder. For instance, the Mesopotamians developed cuneiform, the first known system of writing, while the Egyptians mastered engineering to build pyramids that have stood for over 4,000 years. And through anthropology, we begin to see not just their achievements, but also their humanity. However, civilizations didn't evolve in isolation. As time moved on, ideas traveled with people. Trade and migration connected ancient societies across vast distances. The Greeks were influenced by the Egyptians, and the Romans borrowed from the Greeks. Similarly, in the Americas, the Maya, Aztec, and Inca created complex societies that rivaled those of the Old World. The Maya, for example, had an advanced calendar system and built towering temples aligned with the stars. Meanwhile, the Inca engineered entire cities into the steep Andes Mountains, showcasing extraordinary knowledge of their environment. These civilizations, while separated by geography, shared something essential: the need to understand their world and find their place within it. But anthropology doesn't just focus on what ancient people built. It also asks how they thought, what they believed, and how they viewed life and death. Religion played a huge role in every ancient society. Whether it was the gods of ancient Egypt, the pantheon of Greek mythology, or the spiritual forces worshipped by indigenous tribes, people turned to higher powers for protection, guidance, and meaning. Rituals, sacrifices, sacred texts, and monuments were all expressions of a deep need to connect with something greater. Anthropology helps us interpret these beliefs not as primitive ideas, but as profound reflections of the human experience. Additionally, we learn about the roles people played in these societies. From kings and warriors to farmers, artisans, and slaves, ancient civilizations had complex social hierarchies. Through studying burial sites, homes, tools, and artwork, anthropologists can piece together how people lived, how power was distributed, and how identities were shaped. For example, in ancient China, Confucian ideals structured society based on respect and duty, while in Sparta, the entire culture revolved around military strength. These systems weren't perfect. Many involved inequality, oppression, and conflict, but they reveal the challenges of organizing human life on a large scale. Even more fascinating is how many of these civilizations collapsed. Some fell to natural disasters, others to war, invasion, or internal corruption. The fall of Rome, the mysterious disappearance of the Indus Valley culture, or the decline of the Mayans, all teach us valuable lessons. Anthropology doesn't just look back with admiration. It warns us of what happens when power is misused, when environments are destroyed, or when people forget to adapt. These stories are not only ancient, they are also deeply relevant to the modern world. And yet, even after their fall, ancient civilizations live on in our language, our architecture, our laws, our religions, and our daily habits. The alphabet we use, the way we count time, and the cities we build are all echoes of ancient genius. Anthropology reveals that we are not separate from the past. We are its continuation. Every innovation we cherish today stands on the shoulders of thousands of years of human effort and imagination. In conclusion, when we study ancient civilizations through the lens of anthropology, we don't just learn about old buildings and forgotten rituals. We discover ourselves. We understand our need to belong, our quest for meaning, and our potential to create both beauty and destruction. This journey through time reminds us that humanity is capable of greatness, but only if we remember the lessons of the past. So the next time you see a stone ruin, a piece of ancient art, or a name in a history book, remember, those people were not so different from us. They loved, they dreamed, they struggled, and they hoped. And through their stories, we find the story of us all.